The ilium, /limb / plural ilia, is the uppermost and largest part of the hip bone, and appears in most vertebrates including mammals and birds, but not bony fish. All reptiles have an ilium except snakes, although some snake species have a tiny bone which is considered to be an ilium. The ilium of the human is divisible into two parts, the body and the wing. The separation is indicated on the top surface by a curved line, the arcuate line, and on the external surface by the margin of the acetabulum. The name comes from the Latin, ilis, meaning groin or flank. Structure. The ilium consists of the body and wing. Together with the ischium and pubis, to which the ilium is connected, these form the pelvic bone, with only a faint line indicating the place of union. The body, Latin, corpus, forms less than 2/5 of the acetabulum, and also forms part of the acetabular fossa. The internal surface of the body is part of the wall of the lesser pelvis and gives origin to some fibers of the obturator internus. The wing, Latin, ala, is the large expanded portion which bounds the greater pelvis laterally. It has an external and an internal surface, a crest, and two borders, an anterior and a posterior. Clinical significance. Bile yak width. In humans, bile yak width is an anatomical term referring to the widest measure of the pelvis between the outer edges of the upper iliac bones. Bile yak width has the following common synonyms: pelvic bone width, bile yak breadth, intercrystal breadth/width, biliac breadth/width, and biliocrystal breadth/width. It is best measured by anthropometric calipers. An anthropometer designed for such measurement is called a pelvimeter. Attempting to measure bile yak width with a tape measure along a curved surface is inaccurate. The bile yak width measure is helpful in obstetrics because a pelvis that is significantly too small or too large can have complications. For example, a large baby or a small pelvis often lead to death unless a caesarean section is performed. It is also used by anthropologists to estimate body mass. Other animals. Dinosaurs. The clade Dinosauria is divided into the Saurischia and Ornithischia based on hip structure, including importantly that of the ilium. In both Saurischians and Ornithischians, the ilium extends laterally to both sides from the axis of the body. The other two hip bones, the ischium and the pubis, extend ventrally down from the ilium towards the belly of the animal. The acetabulum, which can be thought of as a hip socket, is an opening on each side of the pelvic girdle formed where the ischium, ilium, and pubis all meet, and into which the head of the femur inserts. The orientation and position of the acetabulum is one of the main morphological traits that caused dinosaurs to walk in an upright posture with their legs directly underneath their bodies. The brevis fossa is a deep groove in the underside of the post-acetabular process, the rear part of the ilium. The brevis shelf is the bony ridge at the inner side of the fossa, the bone wall forming the internal face of the rear part of the ilium, which functions as an attachment area for a tail muscle, the musculus caudifemoralis brevis. Often, close to the hip socket, the lower edge of the outer face of the post-acetabular process is positioned higher than the edge of the brevis shelf, exposing the latter in side view. Some Mesozoic animals did not have limbs such as the widely known pterodactyl.
Please subscribe and thanks for watching.